Hello, welcome to the newsroom. I'm Simisola Adigun. Protesters in Lagos have asked the Nigerian government to apply caution in handling the current situation. Speaking at one of the protest grounds in Lagos, that's the Gani Fawayemi Park, the protesters urged the government to allow citizens to exercise their rights peacefully and lend a listening ear to their demands.
The persons who are for the protest, and some of them, if I may use the Yoruba language, they will say, "Ma wale o, to ba ti se o wa pelu won, ma wale o," meaning that you are with them, ensure that you don't come home. And at some point, we became a bit physical, but everything came under absolute control. I have to commend the members of the Nigerian Police Force. I also witnessed the visit of the Commissioner of Police to this place. The members of the Nigerian Police Force, they have been very, very commendable in the way they engage with the protesters, in the way they also coordinated the whole event. We've also seen other members of law enforcement too here, the neighborhood and security watch and other law enforcement agencies. We saw the army, members of the Nigerian military, not stationed here, but they have been moving up and down. We also had choppers checking us from up to see whether we are actually causing chaos or not. But I am very, very happy with everybody that's participated in this protest so far, because nobody has taken laws into their hands, and I feel that they should be commended. And the government has nothing to fear. People should be allowed to express their feelings when it comes to national issues, especially as important as hunger in the land. The president himself, at some point, participated in the Occupy Nigeria protest. So at this point, it shouldn't end with him, because after him, we will still protest.
Oh, I believe we are very, very rooted and we are solid on that ground. Trust me, because we have had enough. Enough is really enough, because I see no reason why they will take us for granted. We are the youth of Nigeria, the future of tomorrow. Imagine us going through what we are going through. There is no job, there is no food. And really, when we say we are going out to hustle for our daily 2K, we are not getting the daily 2K because transportation takes it. And we have to think of, okay, we can't eat while we are hustling for the 2K. We'll bring it back home. Take home is not taking home. It's not taking us home anymore. That is why we're here today. And I believe we are determined enough to make sure we see this to the end and get positive results.
Every Nigerian knows what's going on. We have never had it this bad in Nigeria. This is the worst first year of any president. I thought Buhari was the worst thing that ever happened to Nigeria until Tinubu came to resume office as the president of this country. So if we don't want to be hypocritical, if we don't want to be cowards, we know what is going on in this country. We know we have never had insecurity this bad in this country. We have never had hardship this bad in this country. We have never had politicians robbed. Speak to Nigeria in a condescending manner, maltreat Nigeria, talk to us as if we're naughty. We have a vice president calling Nigerians idiots. We have a vice president, a senate president that is supposed to look at and take care of and be our representative in the legislature, telling Nigerians that let the people that want to go and protest. Him that is enjoying the Asiwaju regime will be at home and eat. That's ridiculous. That man is supposed to be the one taking and they're supposed to be the eye of Nigerians in the legislature. But rather, you have these guys talking as if we mean nothing to them. They share money, buy themselves SUV, sharing 400 million because they are going for recess. It's ridiculous.
Meanwhile, the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Adegoke Fayoade, has vowed to resist violence and protect the protesters.
I'm giving you 100% assurance that we are here to protect you. We are here to protect you from hoodlum attempting to snatch this protest. You have the right to protest, but we will not allow hoodlum to infiltrate and turn the protest to violence. So you can be rest assured 100%. Nobody will be molested. Nobody will be attacked. We will provide adequate, qualitative security for you. And that's why we are all here. And I can assure you 100% assurance.
Well, let's cross to our correspondent in Abuja for details of latest happenings over there. Folashade, if you can hear me, what's the current situation where you are, especially regarding the face-off between protesters and police operatives over the choice of venue for the demonstration?
Oh, thank you so much for having me. The hunger protest, which started peacefully, is a turn to chaos as police dispersed the protesters with canister, and the protesters coming from National Stadium and some other area marching towards the three-armed zone, that is the Eagle Square, have been dispersed by the security operatives. And so far, as you can see, the road seems clear. They've successfully dispersed them. It seems as if some have gone back to the National Stadium to continue their protest, while others have gone back home. So far, there has been peace. The peace has been restored to the three-armed zone. There have been no sort of protesting, even though they try at a point to regroup, as they have been dispersed severally, they will still regroup. But so far, because of the show of force by the security personnel, there has been calm in the city center of Abuja.
Have there been any incidences of looting, harassment of any kind, following that clash between the police operatives and the protesters?
No, there hasn't been reports of looting, but some of the protesters have reportedly been injured by the canister shots by the police officers. A woman with a baby who came to protest was also injured. But in Suleja, there were reports that 7 protesters were allegedly killed by the police officers, while also in Nyanya, a police station was also reportedly burnt by the protesters. So far, we've not heard anything. None of these reports of people being killed has been confirmed.
All right, now we hope that it all remains, goes on peacefully. Thank you very much, Folashade Olusegun, for that update. And in Borno State, the Nigeria Police Force, in collaboration with other security agencies, have imposed a 24-hour curfew in response to the detonation of an improvised explosive device in Kawori, which resulted in the deaths of 16 people and left several others critically injured. The curfew restricts movement throughout the state, and security forces have been deployed to enforce the order strictly. In a press release, ASP Nahum Kenneth Daso, that's the police public relations officer for Borno State, conveyed the directive from Governor Babagana Umar Zulum, highlighting the gravity of the situation and the need for immediate action. Simultaneously, in Zamfara State, joint security forces comprising the Nigeria Police Force and the Army have intervened to disperse protesters in the capital, Gusau. The situation escalated when the protesters refused to disperse despite warnings from authorities. In response, the police say it used tear gas to break up the gathering, while the Army deployed an armored vehicle to restore order. Meanwhile, in Adamawa State, pro-government counter-protesters in their large numbers have gathered at Mahmoud Rabadu Square in Yola, Adamawa State capital, to appreciate President Bola Tinubu for championing a local government autonomy and providing sustainable peace in the state. Holding placards and chanting solidarity songs, the protesters called against what they described as dangerous anti-democracy hiding under protests. Still on the ongoing nationwide protest, the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, ALGON, have cautioned the 774 council chairmen across the country against supporting the demonstration. Speaking on the situation during a press conference in Lafia on Thursday, the president of ALGON, Aminu Muazu Maifata, said the association decided not to support the protest because they believe that the federal government under President Bola Tinubu has great plans for Nigerians. On business, the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, has announced that approximately 1 million households have benefited from the federal government's cash transfer program since its relaunch. Edun disclosed this information during a World Press Conference in Abuja. He said that around 300,000 payments were made in the past week, with about 5 million individuals benefiting from the scheme to date. On the foreign scene, Wall Street Journal reporter Ivan Gashkovich, former United States Marine Paul Whelan, and a number of Americans are expected to be released as part of a large-scale prisoner swap between the United States and Russia that is underway. The parties have agreed to a prisoner transfer, and the prisoners are expected to be in the care of U.S. officials. That's according to a senior administration official. Finally, on sports, Algerian boxer Imani Khelif, who failed a gender eligibility test last year, has won her opening bout at the Paris Olympics in just 46 seconds on Thursday against her distraught opponent. Khelif advanced to the quarterfinals of the women's 66 kilograms category after unloading 2 strong punches on Angela Karini, who struck off attempts by the Algerian to shake her hand and collapsed to her knees in floods of tears. That's all on the newsroom. Many thanks for watching. Do stay with us for subsequent reports on the ongoing #EndBadGovernance protest nationwide. Thank you very much for watching.